Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's time for some Saturday morning React Tunes, this time featuring Star Trek, the animated series, Season 1, Episode 7, The Infinite Vulcan. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. If you could do me a quick favor, though, and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for some Saturday morning React Tunes. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? Consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to journey back into ages past, at least for me, and watch some Saturday morning React Tunes with the animated series of Star Trek, specifically Season 1, Episode 7, The Infinite Vulcan. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go!
Space, the final frontier.
Full disclosure, Jim's telling us about the final frontier. Full disclosure, I was a little worried about this. I was a little worried that the animated series would be sort of like, a watered down Star Trek. And I think that it's been anything but. And it's been very entertaining. Several of the episodes I wish would have been, live action full length episodes, because I think they held a lot of promise, a lot of particularly interesting things to have seen. But I am glad we're getting them in some format. And I think the animated format is, it's held its own quite a bit, more so than I thought it would. But let's see what they have for us today. Oh, well, who's this? Walter Walt. I'll look it up afterwards. Come on, check off. Let's do it. Should say Bester.
I'm getting a reading of some kind of power from that building.
I always notice new animation. And that's the first time I think we've seen that Sulu shot.
Well now, what's this?
Remember, Sulu, don't touch anything.
What
Oh,
is
wow.
that thing?
It's a mobile plant. When it stops, its roots bore back into the ground. They're all over the place. I think it likes me.
Well, you are a botanist.
We are being scanned.
Lasers on stun. Stay alert. Mr. Sulu, stay here.
Oh!
I was going to say, maybe not pick anything up.
The probe originates in this wall, as does an incredibly powerful force shield. It appears to be an amalgam of devices designed to defend and protect the city.
I'm picking up a humanoid reading of incredible strength. It's as if he... He's been poisoned.
Yeah.
Maybe the ship's medical computers.
He's got about 1 minute to live unless I can find an answer.
Damn.
Maybe dilapine.
Maybe. Let's just roll the dice, huh?
Maybe a stronger shot.
That won't be necessary.
Who are you?
I
Hey.
am called Agmar. I believe we can help.
Are you getting a reading on them?
Maybe that's why they thought they were alone. They weren't picking up life. I assume they thought they were alone.
To wait is to assure your friend's death. I must proceed.
Bones. Let them help.
Yeah, we're out of choices.
These beings are of botanical origin.
Intelligent plants?
We're intelligent meat sacks, so it's not a big thing there, Plum.
He should begin to respond momentarily.
Thank you.
Welcome to the planet Phylos.
Phylos.
We did not wish to reveal ourselves immediately. We are a peaceful race, and we have a fear of aliens.
It's a good fear.
Your medication worked quickly.
A minor achievement.
Minor. Our science doesn't have anything that works that fast. Yours must be incredible.
Well, or it's indigenous medicine. I mean, they had to come up with an antidote or they'd die.
There have been humanoid aliens here before.
Your method of communication.
A voder, or translator.
Your ancestors.
No, only the generation before us.
Then, what happened?
A human came. He brought sickness and death.
Like Staphylococcus strains don't seem to be native to this planet. It must have been like a plague.
Right.
Plant life, Captain. Primitive and aggressive.
They won't work on any settings, sir.
There is a weapons deactivator in effect here.
Okay, we'll keep the dragon off of us then.
Kirk to Enterprise.
Captain!
Hey, Agmar, little help here, bud?
I'm sorry, Captain Kirk, but there was no other way.
What are you talking?
What do you mean?
Where have they taken Spock?
He has been chosen to serve a greater cause. The Master has searched many years to find a specimen like Spock.
The Master? The humanoid's still here. Damn it.
So help me if you don't tell me where Spock has been taken.
The Master!
Praise to the Master!
Praise
The
to
Master, our Savior!
Savior, our Master!
Hey, Poseidon.
No, definitely human, Jim.
That's
I am Dr. Stavros Caniclius V.
Okay.
Where is Spock?
He is mine. The essence of him is mine. Return to your ship.
Caniculus 5.
I am sorry, Captain. You will leave now or suffer the consequences.
We're gonna wrestle.
Kirk to Enterprise. Beam us up, Scotty.
And as soon as we're up there, I want you to do a tactical bombardment on this location.
We have come upon one of the most fascinating discoveries we have ever seen. Plant life of extraordinary intelligence and technology.
Yeah, subjugated by this guy.
Spock and Caniclius must be somewhere our sensor scans can't penetrate.
What about the Philosians?
I had to adjust for the fact that they are plant life forms. We're registering the lesser ones, like the swoopers, in abundance.
Swoopers, that's what we're calling them.
How are you coming with that information on Caniculus?
Nothing current, Captain. I may have found something in the history banks. I'll have it in a moment.
Wonder how old he is.
Kirk to engineering, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
How's that special equipment coming along?
My engineers are working on it now, sir. You'll have it within the hour.
Very well, Mr. Scott. Kirk out.
I want the flamethrower and the roundup.
Stavros Caniclius, Earth scientist, period, eugenics wars, plan to clone perfect specimen prototype into master race.
That's why he's 5.
It couldn't be Caniculus. He'd be over 250 years old.
No, this Caniculus 5.
Copy of himself every so often to carry on the search. Remember, he said he was Caniculus 5. That a man could take a few cells from his body and reproduce himself from them time after time.
Is there a consciousness transfer, or are they just going with straight clones?
Scotty, as soon as we beam down, I want you to leave orbit. If they think we've gone, they won't be scanning the surface. Give us 30 minutes.
Aye, sir, but I don't like it.
It's a good idea. These things.
They seem to attack primarily as a reflex action.
Well, don't give them a response then.
The number of ships indicates a mass migration. Or invasion.
Agmar said they were a peaceful people.
Sure they are now. But what about before?
Unless they're being ordered by Caniculus. He's obviously in charge.
Well, followers can be led. Let's hope we can be as persuasive as Caniculus.
How's that for persuasion?
We don't want to hurt you.
We're gonna choke you out, though.
The Vulcan-human blend of wisdom, sense of order, durability, and strength is the finest the Master has ever found. Spock will carry on our work.
Carry on your work.
We are the last of a dying people, Captain.
Oh, he's used you up.
We few are the frail remnant of what survived. Our spore cells have been destroyed. There will be no more of our kind.
Damn.
I will show you he is safe and in good hands.
Just like that, Captain?
So it would appear, Mr. Sulu. All the same, keep that bag handy.
It's got to have, like, weed killer in it. Because Plum said he had a special recipe from his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. There's 2 extra greats in there, but we get the point.
Captain, these tunnels were once part of our home. This will serve to illuminate our way.
Okay.
The walls are 600 times denser than lead, in addition to the surface force field.
Well, there's absolutely no beaming out of this, then.
A flapping sound. Agmar.
Use the belt lights.
They don't operate. Agmar! Run!
Well, Agmar absolutely screwed you.
Jim, up ahead.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, but we don't see anything else.
He's dying. Something's happened to his brain.
Oh, God, no. It's not in his head. What is brain? Brain. What is brain?
The salvation of a galaxy. Spock 2.
Okay, why Spock 2 20 effing feet tall? It's got to be some type of weed killer.
Captain, I'm out. The chemical sprayer is empty.
Yeah.
Mine too, Jim.
Wait. Listen.
Maybe they're waiting for the mist to clear.
Nah, everybody's dead.
Great Granddaddy's weed spray still works.
Never mind that. We've got to get Spock out of here before Caniculus returns. Scott should have the Enterprise back by now. Kirk to Enterprise.
There's no way down here, dude.
This machine has drained his mind somehow.
More than just drained. It's been transferred. Relocated into the mechanism itself.
Okay.
You talk about creating life with your clones, but you have to murder to do it.
I didn't realize that. This might all be a huge mistake.
Got to make contact with the captain.
It's no use, Mr. Scott.
Right.
Mr. Scott, you're risking a total drain of our dilithium crystals. To maintain communication, we would have to burn out all our reserves.
Scotty knows that.
Spock, what is the logic in letting a man die for the sake of creating his duplicate? Explain it to me, sir. Explain it to me.
I can't.
It is not just a duplicate. He will be the beginning of a master race.
You answer them.
Spock is slipping away. There isn't much time left.
How the hell is he even supposed to use this, Jim? It's like the size of a pebble.
Mr. Spock, tell the captain I've located more information about Caniculus. I had the library computer check out all known writings by Caniculus.
We've had 3 pronunciations of that, by the way.
And his later essays about using his master race as a peacekeeping force throughout the galaxy.
Oh.
There's been peace in the Federation for over 100 years.
That is a lie. What about the eugenics wars? The galactic wars?
Your predecessors could have been out of touch with our advances for 2 centuries.
The master always speaks the truth.
Okay, thanks, Agmar.
Our fleet of ships, which you saw, was to be launched for the same purpose the master intends. Disease struck us before we could carry out our own plan to impose peace.
Yes, Caniculus brought it to you.
Reverse the effects of that machine and let us take him.
No, the mold must be broken.
Jim, Spock's almost gone.
Okay, Plum.
You know the Vulcan symbol called the Idic.
Infinite diversity in infinite combinations, symbolizing the elements that create truth and beauty.
Could an army of Spocks impose peace and Philosian philosophy on any other beings in defiance of the Idic concept?
Our dream must not be allowed to die.
Well, Agmar. God, batter up.
My mind to your mind, my thoughts to your thoughts.
The Vulcan mind touch.
Okay.
But what of my work? If all I have lived for is already done, if the times I feared are gone...
Time to pack it up and take it on down the road.
The concerted efforts of both scientists may yet achieve a rebirth of the Philosian civilization and enable them to contribute to the Federation. My thoughts exactly, Mr. Spock.
How does that sound to you, Caniculus? To bring life is at least as important as bringing peace.
I would be honored.
No, that was easy.
Any chance of teaching me that body throw could come in handy sometime.
It isn't just physical, you know. You have to be inscrutable.
Inscrutable? Sulu, you're the most scrutable man I know.
Walter writing in some additional lines and sequences for his buddy. Love it. All right, everybody, we just finished watching The Infinite Vulcan, the 7th episode of the 1st season of Star Trek the Animated Series. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished the 7th episode of the 1st season of Star Trek the Animated Series, The Infinite Vulcan. Okay, so Walter Koenig wrote this one, so we got to see a little bit of Chekhov, at least in adapting a narrative for us, as opposed to actually appearing as Chekhov. But I did like the fact that there was a lot of lines in there for George Takei. That was great. Sulu had a prominent role, more so than we've seen, not necessarily didn't invade the big 3 space, but was there enough to be able to, a buddy giving a buddy some lines. I like that quite a bit. I guess the big part about this episode was an interesting setup against a fallen civilization and the Phalosians. But Caniculus was there basically to. I mean, he acted. If I'm misreading this, or Caniculus one was the original one that showed up and introduced the disease to Agmar and all of his people. But my question with that is, why wouldn't he then be considered hostile unless the death that was caused, subjugated them essentially, and they were, concerned for the ability to even survive after that. I'm not really sure. I think maybe it was somebody different. I don't know. That was nebulous for me, or I missed it, which it could easily be in the latter. But again, with setting all this up, it doesn't really matter the results of the past or the instances of the past. All of this was to find some divine being that could then be, copied or cloned to provide this peacekeeping force for the universe, which is interesting that Caniculus came out of the eugenics war, but carried a decidedly different version or message than people like Khan. Not that I'm equating, Caniculus with Khan, but at the same time, when you mention the eugenics wars, it's to me, it always, I mean, Khan's the very first thing that pops up. But at the same time, with Caniculus kind of coming forward and wanting to kind of right the wrongs of that era of warfare, the galactic wars, the eugenics war, World War III, I think was around there at some point. I'm trying to think of all the different, there was an age of basically war there. And then, the Federation was able to kind of climb out of that and assert the type of future that we have now in Star Trek, which is one of predominantly peace and exploration and scientific discovery, and all the good things, all the potential that humanity has encompassed inside the Federation. But, bringing about a peacekeeping force with Spock, the entire episode basically seemed to be getting to that question that Jim posed to Giant Spock, which I remember now in Lower Decks. I think they find the skeleton of Giant Spock at one point on that collector ship, I believe. So, Giant Spock eventually dies. So I'm not sure exactly when or by what circumstances. I think it's interesting that they left a giant Spock on this planet to continue scientific pursuits and things like that. So it's like they have a backup Spock, albeit a very big one, if they would ever need him. It's interesting that was kind of set up. And I canonically, I'm not sure. I mean, Lower Decks mentioned it, but that's Lower Decks. I'm not sure if, canonically there was ever a giant Spock in the live action side of everything. But, I mean, it doesn't matter if it was or not. It was an interesting sort of premise. But my long-winded way of saying, it seems like this entire episode was basically to get to that infinite question. Can you go out and the IDIC, can you go out and give, kind of impose peace on everybody and still maintain that belief? And, Spock said, no, I don't think we can. And so that in and of itself took the perfect specimen of Spock. And then with that ability to kind of rationalize what's going on, he became the most imperfect of peacekeeping ambassadors, I guess, that Caniculus wanted to put into play. But now, as we're becoming accustomed to what they like to do here on Star Trek, the animated series, they only have a finite period of time, so they have to move very quickly to kind of hit that resolution that would normally probably take a couple more story beats in the live action, version, or a longer version. And so Caniculus kind of comes around pretty quickly just for being a scientist. There's no pushback against you, kind of like his multi-life, 5 lives worth of work, kind of all of a sudden being told, isn't necessary anymore. So that realization came about quickly, but we understand why. They just don't have enough time to really, really get into a debate with Caniculus. But I do like the idea that, as the resolution comes through, we're brought back out. The only thing that I didn't get from all of this is the Phalosians, yeah, I think so, the Philos, yeah. The Phalosians, basically, their acceptance of Caniculus, one. Two, they're you can't stop the peacekeeping force, and then attacking Sulu, that really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I understand them being kind of backed into a corner as far as evolutionary concerns, because they're going to die off without their spores, I think. But I don't know, their motivations seem to be a little clouded for me. And I know that's super nitpicky in a 20-minute story where they have a lot of things going on. but I think it could have been defined a little bit more simply because I think that the idea of like a plant-based alien life form in society is interesting enough of a concept that needs to be developed and kind of, given enough legs to maybe grow from that point, which I think they sort of did. I just would have liked to have had a little bit more of an understanding of the motivations behind them. And again, crazy nitpicking on my part, but I was interested in it and I would have liked to have seen more. And it's once again, I'll end with this. These are the certain things that I kind of wish we would have had in a season 4 and a season 5 to be able to fully, now they might not have worked, expanding the idea of the story to a full length format or a live action format. But I think it more often than not, it would have worked and we would have been given a more of an insight and more of an appreciation for the galaxy that the Starship Enterprise explores. And isn't that what it's all about? Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for some Saturday morning React Tunes and Star Trek, the animated series. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, I'm keeping us on planet, and we are going to have a discussion with Caniculus and with giant Spock to see what their course of action is going to be for this very interesting alien race in the Thelosians, and see whether or not, where their story goes from here, because I think there's more of a tale to be told. So friends, let's sit around the scientific campfire and see what our two giant scientists have to say. Until such time as we can continue this fantastic little story, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.